have my computer bouncing on a roll of toilet paper. Oh no! Okay, things keep changing. I think I got it sorted out. I'm just figuring out how to do this on a laptop, and it's kind of complicated. Hi, everybody. If you're seeing this, right now nobody's seeing this because nobody's in this group yet. So I feel totally alone and safe. Ooh, I love it. I'm really excited for what is going to happen in here. I've been visioning this for so many years and I've been so blocked. Not had access to my voice, even though I am empowered in my voice in person and I don't have any trouble public speaking or anything like that. Going live for me has been such a major block. Um, it has felt inauthentic. And authenticity is really important to me. And I feel like I lose that when I go on video because, well, for multiple reasons. For one, staring at myself in a camera or staring at a camera didn't ever feel authentic to me. For two, starting them I think is really hard. It's hard to start and feel authentic. Um, Not being able to see people on the other side is a really big one for me. Um, oh, taking up space, feeling like a burden, going on too long, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to talk about actually is huge, was a huge block. And I'd love to use this group to practice that, to just get on and not know what to say and just be real about that. So I just did a 5-day event called the Evolution Revolution, and we were learning, practicing, going live and being vulnerable and really speaking our honest truth. And we were getting into some deep, deep stuff, and there was so much healing, and people were getting on and taking their clothes off and showing their body shame and talking about their addictions and their childhood abuse. And it's just been so juicy and so amazing that I don't want it to end. I've been getting amazing community out of it, connection. So I thought, why not just do this with my Facebook community? Because there's so many people on here that I love, that I've known for years. And I'm sure there's other people that want to do this as well that are having just as much trouble as I've been having. So I want to keep the momentum going. I want to keep practicing in here. And I want to invite everyone else to join me, or for me to join you all in overcoming this block and connecting and getting to know each other and learning to be very vulnerable on videos. Um, I personally have a goal of showing up on public Facebook lives. Um, I in everyday life I don't wear makeup. Every now and then, maybe a little mascara, but I'm not really into makeup. I don't wear jewelry. Um, I like you can see I'm not like, concerned about my background. There's just a lot of aspects that I feel I want to bring authenticity, that I'm not trying to come off and appear to the public a certain way. Like this is very real. I want it to be like a very real life portrayal of what is. And about 8 years ago, I had the vision for what I called the authentic experience. And the authentic experience was multi-layered. I had a YouTube channel. It still has a few videos up, but I took down all the ones from the Authentic Experience Challenge that I did. In my Facebook group, I started a 3-week challenge to post every day a live video of a vulnerable share. And I couldn't do it. I mean, I did the 3 weeks, I posted every day, but I felt like every day I was talking about like what was authentic for me was how hard it was to do the live, to do the video. And I couldn't get past it. And so I felt like I kind of failed, and I buried it and didn't come back to it. But I've been still holding this dream of really working with myself and with others to be more comfortable being real in the world and on social media, and not fake booking, not um, trying to gloss it over and appear to be some way to gain clients or to gain friends or to gain a partner, or for whatever reason that people will illustrate their lives to be so beautiful, so perfect. My original inspiration for the authentic experience was, I had a lot of friends, this was about 8 years ago, who on social media were like they were portraying themselves in this certain way. Okay, so I had friends who were relationship coaches, friends who were money coaches, and they were in my DMs I was coaching them in my DMs because they didn't have the relationship, because they didn't have the money. And here they are on Facebook trying to draw in clients to coach them to how to do this when they didn't have it themselves. And they were making it look like they were wealthy and making it look like they were in love, and that their life was so perfect. And I just thought, wow, this is kind of gross. Like, this is just scammy. And I don't, I want to do it different. Like, how can I do this different? How can I show up and be authentic in this and be really real? I was coaching at the time, so I actually had a lot of trouble with it. I thought, if I'm going through all this stuff and I'm being really honest with people about it, why would they hire me as a coach if I don't have my shit together? Um, and the truth is, I did not have my shit together. And I don't think that I really, like, I ended up stopping coaching because of it. Like, I felt inauthentic. I felt like a fraud in a way, or an imposter. And I felt like I need to get my shit together. And that's probably why I was drawing in other people who didn't have their shit together that were trying to coach. I was just getting out of a 5-year dark night of the soul. And here I am trying to coach people. And all I could really do is bring them to where I was at, which was valuable because it was deep into feelings. I was learning how to feel again, and I could take people into their feelings. But I wasn't able to guide them through that because I was still stuck there. I was still in the dark. So I've come a long way. I still have my humanity. I still am going through a whole bunch of crazy earth things. I don't think that ever ends. I mean, I can talk all day about the stuff happening in my life. But I have a new relationship with myself and with what happens in the world and what happens to me in life. And, I have a whole new perspective. And those are things I'll look forward to sharing over time. So, the purpose of this group is for all of us to get comfortable with each other. It's my greatest request that we actually go live in here. That's the purpose, is for people to go live. Um, I encourage everybody to watch each other's lives, comment on each other's lives, offer feedback. However, let's ask for consent first. Is it okay if I give you feedback? Some people may not want feedback. Some people may not want feedback in front of everybody else. Some people are doing this for the first time and they're not ready for the feedback. Maybe, like, part of doing this for the first time is being willing to fuck it up. Come on here, fuck it up, do it wrong, be awkward, be uncomfortable, speak to that if that's what's alive for you. Talk about that. And don't delete the video. Have the courage to let the video sail and let us see you in that, and let us support you and encourage you with that. And I know I want that for myself as well. I may be offering feedback. I'm not a real big feedback kind of person, like in terms of like constructive criticism. I show up more as like, however you come is perfect. And if you're insecure and nervous and it's hard for you, then great. That's awesome. Like, come and be nervous and insecure and let it be hard. Some of the feedback that I might give is for those people who are struggling to get more vulnerable. They're stuck in the head, maybe they're telling the story, but they're not, quite sure how to access something deeper, and they want those suggestions. Or people that think that they're already doing that, and maybe don't realize that there are deeper levels that they can access, perhaps there. But for the most part, I'm here to encourage, I'm here to support, I'm here to witness, and I'm here to moderate and make sure that things stay safe, that people are not giving unwelcome feedback, that people aren't feeling attacked or in any way under-supported and undervalued. So this is meant to be a community. We are meant to be here to support each other and to make friends and to become a family. We already are a family. Most of us know each other from my page, from commenting on my posts and things. And this is just a way to get more intimate with each other. So lastly, I was debating on whether or not to charge for this group, and that's not something I ever thought I would do. Honestly, I've been so anti-marketing, and I've been building trust on my page for 7 or 8 years now, promising people that I'm not going to try to sales pitch them, anything like that. Um, I have been thinking about charging for this group. I think what I'm going to do is start a different group eventually down the road that I charge for. And here's the reason why. There's three really good reasons. One, and most importantly, is because I want a place that I can go to get ultra vulnerable. There are things that I would like to talk about, very personal things that I don't really want just anybody to hear. Um, there's like, I have a son in the world and he's 10 and who knows when he's going to be getting on Facebook. Um, there's just elements of my private life that, I mean, I have tons of family on Facebook. Some of them might come into this group. And I'm just not sure that I'm willing to be discretionless about, everything that I'm saying. And I have a tendency to just really put it out there. So I think a more private group, more curated group where people can actually be really, really honest and vulnerable, because this group's going to be free and just anybody can come in the door. We don't know who we're going to get. And, I'm going to be very careful to make sure that I am checking to see who comes through the door and that I'm approving people properly, as well as eliminating people that aren't following the rules. But in general, because it's a free group, some people like me may not feel totally safe to go as deep as you want to go. And so for a small fee, this is something that we can totally talk about. I would love feedback on this. I'm thinking like $10 to $20 a month or something like that. Just enough that we have intention for being there and that no trolls are going to show up, and that nobody's there that's not there for a purpose and that really wants to be there. And so that everyone's there can feel really safe being there. So I'm tossing that idea around. I'm definitely open to feedback. I want feedback. Let me know your thoughts. What's a good price to charge? Would you be willing to pay that? Do you even want that? I mean, if everyone was really against paying, then there's other possibilities of ways that we could do it as well to keep it really safe. Another reason is because this is going to take a lot of time. I'm going to be posting lives often on this group, in that group, should it be created, on my personal page, and moderating it. Watching lives all day, interacting with people. It's a lot of work, and I have 2 other jobs and a child, so it's makes my time more worth it. And as well, the third reason being, oh yeah, I would love to offer some of my gifts in here. I'm not talking about like sales pitching or marketing or anything like that, but there's areas that I have expertise and a lot of passion, and I'd love to share some of those gifts. And that's valuable. That's stuff that I charge people money for, and that might be something that I'd like to weave into that private group as well, where I just offer a lot of that for free. I've been teaching human design and Gene Keys and doing sessions, chart readings for almost 12 years now, since Gene Keys first started. I'm like an OG Gene Keys chart reader. I have the whole book memorized. I've read it through so many times, and yeah, they've been alive in me. It's a living language inside of me, and it's something I want to share. I'm going to start sharing snippets, I think, on my everyday Facebook page, but there's just so many more areas that I would want to go to in a smaller, more curated group of intention. So let's see, anything else? Don't feel overwhelmed like you have to watch everybody's videos, but I highly recommend it. I think it's a really good way to build connection and to support each other. If you are still afraid to make a live video, feel free to write. You can write how you're feeling. Please keep writings to vulnerable shares. Okay, not necessarily to stories about other things unless it's leading up to how you feel. Let's also keep stories or written things. Let's go deep. Let's not keep this on the surface. Let's not just write a post and send it like a, kind of shit posting. Or let's not talk about politics. Let's not talk about other people in our lives. Let's not name them anyway. You can talk about my mom, my dad, whatever, in your videos, but it might be a good idea not to name names, especially if people are in this group, right? So let's keep that privacy. Sorry about the reflection on my glasses here. And what else? Um, yeah, let's play around. Let's play around. We can, um, if you feel like it's easier to start at the surface and start in the mind and talk about the story, that's fine. Let's just have that intention of getting deeper into it, peeling back the layers and letting ourselves be seen. Why do we want to do this? Why do we want to be seen in our vulnerability? Comment on that now, even though it's in the future because no one's watching this now. Comment. Why do you think? I'll tell you why I feel like it's important. Um, so much healing happens when we are able to express how we're feeling and be witnessed in it, especially when we're being honest with ourselves and we're telling our truth. And our truth has nothing to do with somebody else. It's not about them. Our truth is taking ownership for how we feel, how we create our reality, our stories from the past, what we've been through, how it affects us now, what we want to create, how it makes us feel that we haven't created that yet, what our blocks are, what our fears are, our insecurities. These are the kinds of things that we want to talk about. What's alive in us right now today? And that brings me to one other thing, something that I want to practice and something I'm still learning. And a reason why I'm doing this group is because oftentimes we're afraid of doing a live because we don't know what to say. This has been a huge, huge block for me. And if I get on a live with something planned, like it's okay to have a topic, like I'm going to talk about this and then free flow about the topic. But if I make notes or if I think about it in my head and I'm like, ooh, this sounds good, and then I go try to repeat that. Now, listen, the universe only ever creates something once, it never recreates the same thing twice. So if you're going back and you're trying to talk about something you've already thought of or written down, it's not going to be authentic because it's not true to the moment now. So if you can, the best of your ability, to stay here with what's happening now and see what comes naturally and try to free flow with it. And so what I'm going to practice, and I invite you to practice too, is getting on and not knowing what we're going to talk about and just seeing what comes. See what comes. What kind of content comes through us that is us? Like what exists inside of us that is the content that's going to birth through us, that's going to emerge, that we get to see sometimes for the first time. We get to witness ourselves in that. That's where the medicine I've found really is in seeing what comes out when we don't plan anything. I've seen other people's videos who maybe take a lot of notes and they're reading off the notes, and it's hard for me to stay tuned because there's no connection there. There's nothing in real time. The more in the moment you are, the more people are going to be able to connect with you. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a mosquito on my back. Um, yeah, great. I'll probably have more things to say over time. This is awesome because we can do this every day. And I look forward to meeting you all. Those of you that I don't know, I look forward to getting to know you better, and making this our family. You're all part of the family now. Well, that's just me right now, but hey, that's where it begins. All right, you guys. Time to open the portal. Welcome to the authentic experience, and I hope that it brings you deeper into your authentic self. All right, here we go. It's exciting. All right, I'll see you all soon.